Game of the week. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office reminds you that fans don't let fans drive drunk. The Game of the Week is also brought to you in part by Delta Dental of Tennessee and Main Street Media. Now, let's go to the field and join our play-by-play hosts live from the game.
Step into the Lionel retail store at Opry Mills, Nashville, and you'll be captivated by all the magic of the 123-year history of Lionel trains. Whether you're already a train enthusiast or just getting started, Lionel will energize your love for trains. NASCAR fan? Come check out your local Lionel station to learn all there is to know about model trains and die-cast NASCAR collectibles. Visit nashville.lionel.com or call 615-455-9399.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Bee, oh, busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Being in Tennessee, we wanted to try to keep it as local as possible, so we have an entire section of our menu that is just dedicated to local whiskeys like Uncle Nearest, Jack Daniels, of course, George Dickel, Nelson Brothers, Greenbrier whiskey, and all of our taps are all local. From 2 o'clock until midnight, we've got food every day for you guys. A good handful of appetizers, some entrees, and a couple salads and things like that. My name is Ethan Kanata. Please come down and see us at the Pick Lobby Bar here at the Omni in Nashville.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
What are you doing out there?
Come on!
I saw you at the game the other night. Yeah, you. Up there getting mad, acting like we're all out there making $1 million a game. Well, let me be real with you. This isn't the pros. It's school sports, and it's a game, our game. So please, let us play.
School sports fans, remember, when you cheer for your team, make noise for the right reasons. This message presented by the NFHS and the NIAAA.
And all student athletes in Tennessee.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing Weather Report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into another broadcast here of high school football. It's the Main Street Preps Game of the Week, where we are on the campus of Hickman County High School here in lovely Centerville, Tennessee, where tonight it'll be the East Nashville Eagles taking on the Hickman County Bulldogs in our Main Street Preps Game of the Week, brought to you, as always, by our friends at the Tennessee Highway Safety Office and Delta Dental. Good evening, folks. Wade Neely saying hello this evening. A solo effort tonight. Sending our best wishes to Casey Patrick, our normal analyst for Thursday night, but it's also Friday night, and Casey under the weather this week, so we send our thoughts to Casey as he is on the mend, but yours truly will fly solo tonight. But as always, our producer, Mark Rogers, will make the magic happen back behind the scenes. And a good matchup here tonight. It is a region showdown between the Eagles and the Bulldogs. Eagles coming in at 2-4 overall, but they are 1-0 in District 6 AA. And this is a classic matchup in the sense that your record can be a little deceiving when you talk about East Nashville. Believe it or not, folks, this was kind of by pure accident, but this is our third broadcast of East Nashville this season. We wanted to get down to Hickman County at some point, and as fate would have it, we were unable to bring you guys a game last night. There were no games in the mid-state. This is a very popular bye week for virtually the entire state of Tennessee. Only a handful of games being played tonight, but this is one that we had circled from the start of the year. And as Casey and I both cover Hickman County for the Hickman County Times, part of our Main Street Media properties, we said, let's get on down to Centerville and let's bring a good ball game tonight. And again, it's the 2-4 East Nashville Eagles taking on the Hickman County Bulldogs, who are 2-5 and 0-2 in region play. But it should be a good one, folks. We are looking forward to a great broadcast tonight and looking forward to you guys sticking along for the ride. So buckle up, folks. It's Eagles and Bulldogs action coming your way right after this. You're listening to Main Street Preps Game of the Week coverage presented by our friends at the Tennessee Highway Safety Office and Delta Dental.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing Weather Report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
First game as they have picked it up in a hurry in that night, but also a win the week back on September 26th, defeating Hickman 34-0. So a new look for Eastville, who has been, and we've if you've been with us all season long, you know we've talked about it. They are a brand new player in Class 2A here in the state of Tennessee after kind of running roughshod in 3A. Could never knock off Alcoa, but not many teams have been able to make that claim regardless of classification, as East Nashville did finish runner-up on 3 straight occasions. Meanwhile, Hickman County, I got to see this bunch early in the season, and I will tell you guys this will be a little bit different team than even I got to see on opening night when they defeated Harpeth 39-14. This was already a thin squad, but injuries have kind of decimated them, so they're going to have to be at their very best tonight if they want to knock off a dangerous East Nashville team. We mentioned Hickman County at Week 1 game versus Harpeth. They then lost 3 straight, falling to Waverly, Fairview, and Lewis County, but they rattled off a 37-14 victory in mid-September versus Montgomery Central. Schedule makers, however, not very kind in terms of region play for Hickman County. They opened up their region slate at East Robertson. That was a 43 defeat. And if you read our coverage in the Hickman County Times, you guys know that a lot of folks going to fall by similar scores. East Robertson has taken names against opponents at all classifications, but taking care of business versus Hickman County that night. But on October 3rd, 2 weeks ago, they fell at Houston County. The score was 26-14. That's how Hickman County comes in with a 2-5 record. They are 0-2 in region play. And if they are to make the playoffs in their first season under brand new head coach and alumnus Patrick Smith, they are going to have to win this game tonight, because falling to 0-3 will likely doom them. They have a huge game coming up next week versus East Hickman, their arch rival, who's also 0-2 in Region 6. But if they cannot pull off this win tonight, Hickman County at 0-3 will be virtually eliminated as we come down the stretch of the regular season. But it's going to be a fun night as the captains have made their way out for the coin toss. I'm going to take our final timeout. Once again, flying solo tonight, folks. So we'll sneak in a break here and a break there. And when we come back, we'll be ready for kickoff as Hickman County set to play host to East Nashville. Should be a fun one. Thank you guys for joining us. Main Street Prep's Game of the Week coverage presented all season long by Delta Dental and the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
What are you doing out there?
Come on!
I saw you at the game the other night. Yeah, you. Up there getting mad, acting like we're all out there making $1 million a game. Well, let me be real with you. This isn't the pros. It's school sports, and it's a game, our game. So please, let us play.
School sports fans, remember, when you cheer for your team, make noise for the right reasons. This message presented by the NFHS and the NIAAA.
and all student athletes in Tennessee.
Step into the Lionel retail store at Opry Mills, Nashville, and you'll be captivated by all the magic of the 123-year history of Lionel trains. Whether you're already a train enthusiast or just getting started, Lionel will energize your love for trains. NASCAR fan? Come check out your local Lionel station to learn all there is to know about model trains and die-cast NASCAR collectibles. Visit nashville.lionel.com or call 615-455-9399.
Being in Tennessee, we wanted to try to keep it as local as possible, so we have an entire section of our menu that is just dedicated to local whiskeys like Uncle Nearest, Jack Daniels, of course, George Dickel, Nelson Brothers, Greenbrier whiskey, and all of our taps are all local. From 2 o'clock until midnight, we've got food every day for you guys. A good handful of appetizers, some entrees, and a couple salads and things like that. My name is Ethan Kanata. Please come down and see us at the Pick Lobby Bar here at the Omni in Nashville.
Main Street Preps game of the 2nd and 9, they officially marked this. About a 1-yard game. I thought it was about a 2-yard there. Out of the shotgun yet again here. Andy Kraft, who's been battling some injuries, quarterback, but a jet sweep on 2nd down. There are a couple of penalty flags that hit the ground, but it was an electric run on Jaden Street's behalf over the right side edge. And Street probably going to be the victim of a hold. It's kind of in the vicinity. We saw one quick flag right as he made the turn on the right side. And that second flag came in right in the same vicinity at the end of the play. And the officials are marking this one back in the form of holding. And so they will mark that back. Opening drive of the ball game. I mentioned black tops, black bottoms, black helmets for Hickman County. Nice uniform contrast here tonight. East Nashville is wearing white tops with gray and maroon striping on the bottom, as Kraft calling his own number and trying to run to the right. Not much doing there. So the keeper for your quarterback, Andy Kraft, lost about a half a yard there as we officially mark it. Ball resting on the right side hash at the 35. 10:35 to go. We're still in the opening quarter here. Kraft will remain in the shotgun, sending one man in motion. Now it's a direct snap. I said direct snap, but I meant to say quarterback keeper there for Kraft, who goes right up the middle. And he got maybe a yard. And so a quick 4th down situation and a likely punting situation coming up for Hickman County. Good stop for East Nashville. East Nashville's got a tenacious front up defensively, folks, led by number 30, Javon Carter, the senior, 6'3", 240 pounds, leads the team with 6 sacks. East Nashville's got 13 stops in the backfield. And Hickman County indeed will send out the punt unit, but they have a very wild formation here. They have a center and 2 upbacks, and then everybody else is on the left side here. And it is a trick play, and the shovel pass is picked up by East Nashville. Hickman County trying to go into the bag of tricks there. And I mentioned the shovel pass was picked up by East Nashville. It was ruled incomplete. Kind of fortunate there was Hickman County. Instead of losing yards, they actually keep the ball at the line of scrimmage there, where East Nashville takes over. 9:35 remaining here in this opening quarter. Dallas Covington, if you've been with us all season, this kid is electric. Junior quarterback, buckle up because he's locking, he's loading, he's firing deep downfield. Contact deep in the end zone. And East Nashville looks to have drawn a pass interference. Checking to see the marker here. But it was a beautiful ball. Covington coming into the game tonight. 65 of 82 passing, just shy of 1,000 yards already through the air. 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. This kid has been fantastic. 1st and 10 from the 12 as they reset here. Covington will stay in the shotgun predominantly here tonight. East Nashville will hand it now out of the gun, and a sweep to the left. Thought maybe cutting up field, but now bouncing it outside. First tote of the night for Jordan Van Leer, the junior, who came on after Keith Johnson went down after week 2. 3-yard rush. They quickly snap it at the line of scrimmage. They go back to Van Leer here, and Van Leer's trying to go up the middle. Good job by the defensive front for the Bulldogs there. Kind of had to bounce it to the right. A couple of Bulldogs in on the stop there. Number 55. I believe number 55. Don't show one listed on our roster here, so I apologize. I do know Austin Blystad was in on the tackle, though. 3rd and 7. Toss to the right. And Kenny Fuller Jr. taking the quick little toss, sweeping to the right, and then stopping on a dime and cutting upfield for the score. East Nashville putting points on the board. They had a short field after the good defensive series and then a special teams botch. And so the extra point is getting ready to be attempted here. So Fuller in on the touchdown. The extra point is up, and it is good. East Nashville with an early stop. Hickman County gives up points. 7-0 your score. East Nashville leads. When we come back, you're listening to Main Street Prep's Game of the Week coverage presented by our friends all season long at the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Welcome back, gang. You're listening to Main Street Prep's Game of the Week coverage right here from Hickman County. First trip of the year down to Centerville. Home of Minnie Pearl, by the way. I know our producer, Mark Rogers, will be excited to hear that. I'm not the only one here from Main Street Preps, by the way, tonight. More on that in a moment. As East Nashville leads 7-0, they kick it off. Hickman County had a decent little return on its first grab of the night. And decent little effort here on return number 2. Taylor Hutchison with a decent little tote. With 8:16 remaining in this first quarter. East Nashville scored in just over a minute. I said I was going to hang on to the mini Pearl trivia until the second half. I apologize to our producer, Mark Rogers. Bill Clark also on hand tonight. He is one of our Main Street Preps award-winning photographers. He's on hand this evening. On 1st and 10, Hickman County, again with a little razzle-dazzle. They fake a sweep to the right. Now kind of a inside trap left. And not much doing there. We saw this a couple of weeks ago with Stratford. Running up the middle against East Nashville is going to be a challenge. Props to Coach Smith and the Bulldogs, though, trying to kind of run some misdirection there. But it's going to be tough sledding. Be curious to see if and when the Bulldogs go to the air. 2nd and 14 after a small loss. Here is a pass, and this is a screen that is caught. Played well, blocked well, but East Nashville swarms to the football, makes a quick little stop. That's Kaysen Reed, beg pardon. Reed making a good individual stop. That would have been a big pickup for Hickman County, if not for the individual effort. As they threw toward that far sideline, Blystad picked it up on the screen. With 6:52 remaining, East Nashville leads 7-0. They've already got one stop in short order defensively. Hickman County is up against it here, 3rd and 12. Head coach Patrick Smith glancing at the scoreboard, glancing at the play clock. He says, let's get a timeout. Hickman County will talk it over. Big 3rd down upcoming here from Centerville. Hickman County trailing 7-0 when we come back. You're listening to Main Street Preps Game of the Week coverage presented by our friends at Delta Dental.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Out of the timeout, Hickman County, big 3rd down upcoming here. Bulldogs backed up a couple of yards. 3rd and 12, they're on the far side hash. Kraft is calling for it out of the gun. A little bit of a play fake. Pocket is opening up, and he's rolling to his right. No one home. Just kind of a throwaway there from Kraft. And so a 4th down and presumably a punting situation here. Good job, though. Told you guys that running up the middle or blocking even up the middle will be tough against East Nashville. So I know they don't have anything to show for it just yet to record a 1st down, but I am impressed with Hickman County at least trying to get creative, freeing up their quarterback. They will do this quick snap, and this is a direct up-back snap, and going to be close to a 1st down. That's Braden McCaleb. And, man, it is going to depend on the spot. I think McCaleb got just enough for the yardage. Needed 12. That same kind of swinging gate formation, if you will, in the punt. They snap it to McCaleb, who needed the 46-yard line, 45-yard line for the 1st down. Oh, man, in a tough spot there, and they're not even going to measure this. And East Nashville will take over. Tough break there. And, man, this is about as close as you could get. I'm, again, surprised they didn't bring out the chains for a measurement here. So with 6:28 to go, East Nashville takes over. Give right up the middle. Van Leer running hard. into the next level there, out to around the 30, where he's finally upended. Good stop in the second level there by McCaleb. Seven 0 your score here with 6:02 remaining. Covington will turn and hand off. And here's a little wiggle out toward the right. There is a flag. This will probably come back, but a pretty good looking carry by the end of the play there. All the way down to around the 11 or 12 yard line, 12 or 11 yard line. And we're going to check on the penalty, but yeah, it's right in the vicinity of a hold. Saw Hickman County had a big run early that was called back. Nice end around. Brought back via the hold, and East Nashville will fall victim here. So after the penalty, this will get backed up from the 35. East Nashville had 7-0. They got a quick stop defensively and a quick touchdown. Covington is yet to really open it up in the passing game, but he does drop back and deliver a little bullet over the middle here. Kenny Fuller, who had the touchdown earlier, hauls the reception in, but not much. Again, flying to the football. I've been impressed by what I've seen from this Hickman County defense thus far, and McCaleb is in on the stop there. Blystead is in the mix as well. Bulldogs, this would be a key stop if they can come up with one. Only a gain of one, so it's going to say, or excuse me, a loss of one officially marked. And Covington, just a little freeze, and that allows his receiver a little extra room, and another dime delivered to Fuller. And this time he has the yardage for the first down, and there are no flags. A little bit of an RPO look there from Covington, who is so explosive. He can take off as well. He's got 40 carries for nearly 400 yards on the ground with 3 touchdowns. We told you guys just shy of 1,000 through the air on the season. Covington will take the snap rather, and dump one in the flat. This is kind of one of those long handoffs. Wiggle, and now inside swim move out toward the right, and Reed hauling in for a score. And a promising defensive stand there for Hickman County comes up empty. It was an inside slant on a big 2nd and 14 after a penalty. The inside slant yielded a first down, and then a one play later, toss out to Reed for the touchdown. And East Nashville lining up for a PAT. That kick is up. That kick is good. Mark it down, folks. 14-0 your score. 4:35 to go in this opening quarter. Back in just a moment here. Main Street Prep's Game of the Week coverage presented all season long by Tennessee Highway Safety Office and Delta Dental.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing weather report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
Welcome back, folks. Wade Neely saying good evening. You're listening to Main Street Prep's Game of the Week coverage brought to you all season long by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office and Delta Dental. East Nashville has scored twice in quick succession. Hickman County yet to record a first down on their two offensive trips. 14-0 is your score with 4:34 remaining in the opening quarter. Here's a little quick hitter on the handoff. Chauncey Anthony, that's Cooper DeWitt on the carry for the Bulldogs there. As we got a timeout, I believe, here. Got a scoreboard issue, so they're just adjusting that. Mini timeout, we'll call it. Our Hickman County radio colleagues have already pointed it out, but the East Nashville band, I don't really got to say much more. They are as impressive as it gets. East Nashville and Stratford. That was a battle on the field the other night, and it was a battle of the bands. Here's a throw. There was a receiver in the area, but tossing that one out of bounds is Andy Kraft. Second time tonight that we've seen Kraft roll out. Hickman County's offense cannot get much going. We've seen a screen that was completed for a small gain, and then two rollouts that Kraft had to kind of just dump, unable to get open downfield. And another big third down here. Hickman County, if they want to stay in this game much longer, they really have to get something going. Here's a deep handoff. They burned East Nashville in this end around earlier, but it was called back on penalty. This one, however, is stuffed out by East Nashville. Not only did they do that, Marshawn Batts, the junior middle linebacker, he punched the ball loose and recovered a fumble. Man, that was really tough for us to see because a rush toward the sideline from Street looked like he stepped out of bounds, but right before he did so, the ball popped loose, and Batts came up with the fumble recovery. And so Hickman County turns it over. Third turnover on downs, unfortunately. Well, third turnover in that sense. Two fake punts, both unsuccessful. The second one we were robbed. It was about a half yard shy of a beautiful 4th and 12. But East Nashville takes over, leading this game 14-0. Ball resting here at the 28. 3:39 to go. We're in the opening quarter. Going to give you guys some scores of interest across Main Street land a little bit later. Covington play faking. First run tonight for Dallas Covington. He slips a tackle at the 20. He's loose at the 15, the 10, the 5. He dashes the ball across the goal line, kind of being spun around, but he just stuck the football out, and that's a touchdown for the junior Dallas Covington, his 4th rushing touchdown this season. We saw him deliver a couple of great passes, but you kind of get lulled to sleep there when he gets completing and in a rhythm throwing downfield. Showing off the wheels there was Covington on a 33-yard rushing touchdown. That is a shaky extra point, but it is through nonetheless. And East Nashville has got the ball 3 times and scored all 3 times. They lead this game 21-0. Quick timeout here. You're listening to Main Street Game of the Week coverage. We're brought to you all season long by our friends at the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Welcome back, gang. You're listening to Main Street Prep's Game of the Week coverage brought to you all season long by our friends at the Tennessee Highway Safety Office and Delta Dental. East Nashville's had the ball 3 times. They've scored 3 quick touchdowns, 21-0. And oh my goodness, the return for Hickman County ended abruptly. Ethan Howell, nothing malicious about that, but he was nearly beheaded on a very obvious face mask. Howell caught the ball at around his own 22-yard line, got about 2 yards upfield, and right between the hashes, he decided to wiggle to his left, and when he did so, a defender for East Nashville reached out what he could. It just so happened to be the face mask. As we roll on here, puts it out to the 40. It's the best field position of the night for Hickman County. Again, they ran that fake punt, and Hickman County's kind of in a shotgun wing T look here, and that play fake up the middle, and Kraft with a little daylight. Folks, that we mentioned in our pregame, this is our 3rd game by happenstance calling East Nashville this season. That might be the most successful run up the middle in any of those 3 games. As Kraft does a great job of freezing the defenders with a little motion on the football there, a little play fake here, play fake there. And Kraft picks up 6 yards. Sets up 2nd and 4 from the 46. And again, it's kind of a wing T look, but it's out of the pistol. And they turn, and a sweep to the left. And immediately losing almost all 6 of those yards. Tough luck there. I kind of like I told you guys, even though they're trailing by 3 scores, I like what I'm seeing in terms of trying to get creative from Coach Smith in Hickman County tonight. Taylor Hutchinson going to lose 2 officially there. So it's going to set up 3rd and 6. 3rd and 7, they officially mark it. Kraft out of the gun. Give up the middle. And a couple. Decent little effort there for Braden McCaleb. McCaleb getting close to midfield, which is where the sticks are for the first down. Again, Hickman County yet to record a first down tonight. They had 1 wiped away due to penalty. They were denied by a painful football on a 4th down. And yet again, it looks like we'll see Hickman County, quote-unquote, go for it. The first 2 attempts were fake punts. This time, they line up traditional offense. And, oh, my goodness, they weren't ready for the snap. And Kraft, the snap bounces off his face mask into the turf. And East Nashville recovers at the 40. And a tough break there. East Nashville taking over. There's a $1:34 left here in the first quarter. 21-0 with 1:34 to go. Covington has already thrown 2 touchdowns and ran for another. He's looking. Out of the gun all day to throw. That pass in and out. Oh, my word. In and out of the hands of McCaleb, but caught on a ricochet and in for a touchdown. You have got to be kidding me. Ja'Shawn Taylor, the ball delivered on about a 15-yard in route. McCaleb puts his hands all over it, takes a quick carom, And Taylor, that is one of the most impressive grabs. Beautiful hand-eye coordination there. Catching it on the run makes one man miss and off to the races. You cannot draw that up. Should have been picked by McCaleb and a fluke 4-yard touchdown for East Nashville. That is unbelievable right there. One for the highlight reel. 27-0 your new score. East Nashville has scored on all 4 possessions here tonight. And I hope that we did justice on that call because, again, McCaleb had not one but 2 hands kind of squared up, ready to make it, and took a quick deflection off his fingertips right into the hands of Taylor, who did not, you got to give him at least credit, did not give up on the route and then stuck his paw out, hauled it in, and everybody was caught off guard. There was really nothing to do there except run it into the end zone, made one man miss, and he was off to the races. One of the wildest plays you will ever see. Goes for 6. Extra point is up and good. 28-0 East Nashville leads. We got 1:22 left in the opening quarter. Back with more Main Street Prep's Game of the Week action right after this.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing weather report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
Rocking and rolling here on Main Street Prep's Game of the Week action, folks. Hickman County has seen this game spiral already out of control. Some of it has been their own doing. Some of it has been East Nashville's doing. Some of it has been flat-out bad luck, including the most recent touchdown. A 40-yard deflection should have been intercepted by McCaleb and ricocheted perfectly into the hands of Jashawn Taylor, who scooted in for the score. Here's Kraft. Up the middle. That's a first down. 12-yard carry. I told you guys a moment ago, we've done 3 East Nashville games this season, and a 6-yard run up the middle was by far, I think, the most that we've seen a team accumulate. But a 12-yard gain, that's otherworldly stuff. Good ball fake right there from Kraft to his guns and blocked well right up the middle. Good job by the Hickman County offensive line, including big Jake Sims, one of the road graders up there for the Bulldogs. Sets up a first down just shy of midfield. Now a little sweep to the right. Good individual tackle at the end of the play there for East Nashville. That's Marshawn Batts, who recovered the fumble a moment ago. And I don't know that I'd ever say this, or never thought that I would say this, but the running outside has been less effective than running inside against that beefy and talented interior of East. That has been the case. We've seen 2 nice runs on the last 2 drives right up the middle for Hickman County, but outside has been tough sledding. They do pick up a couple, though, so it'll be 2nd and 8 as the horn sounds for the end of the first quarter. East Nashville has taken offensively and defensively, but Hickman County showing a little life here as we begin quarter number 2 right after this. 28-0 is your score from Centerville. Main Street Prep's Game of the Week coverage continues right after this.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, You can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Quarter begins. Hickman County with another run up the middle. They jump out of the shotgun kind of wing T formation into your traditional wing T look. And a give from McCaleb is going to be close. Closer, I should say, after they officially mark it to a first down. Pick up about 4 yards there. Yards been tough to come by for Hickman County's offense. They trail this game 28-0. Just one first down tonight. And they go again, wrap to McCaleb. Turf Monster got him there. He had a little, picked up about a yard, did Braden McCaleb. And he's out to the 50. But as he made that cut, just lost his footing. So Hickman County will go for it yet again. 2 fake punts that failed. 1 fourth down could not be converted a moment ago. Here's a toss into the slot. It is hauled in, but East Nashville swarms to the receiver, Taylor Hutchinson, and brings him down. Yet another turnover on downs on a frustrating night now. For the Bulldogs. 4 turnover on downs now and 1 fumble. I say officially lost 2 yards. East Nashville is going to take over at the 48. Eagles going to give to the right. Van Leer. Van Leer nearly lost the football. I don't know how he hung on to that as his jersey was just yanked. The football was right there attached. Good effort there by Hickman County. Come flying in as Jackson Mayberry was kind of in at the end of the play there. So a 2-yard pickup at the 46. 28-0 is your score. This is a region showdown here tonight. Hickman County desperately needing this win as they are winless in their 2 region games thus far. Only 4 can qualify out of the 5-team region here for the playoffs. Here's a pass. Is that a lateral? It's a forward pass, and it's incomplete. Good job of flying to the football there. Crowd giving John Michael Lewis some props, and why not? Great job of flying to the football to break that play up. And that was close to being a backwards pass. Would have lost a decent chunk of yards there. And so we set up 3rd and 8 with 10:13 to play. And now the officials okay, we're sorting this out here. There was some consternation amongst the crew there. There was a procedure penalty. And after the incompletion, Hickman County said, let's decline that. So it sets up 3rd and 8. A little bit of a high snap. Covington brings it down cleanly, though, and a slant is caught and Finally wrestled down, well downfield by Jaden Street. Good haul in for Cortez Murphy. First time we've called Murphy's name tonight. 25 catches, 410 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Sets it up at the 22. This is a give to Fuller, who had the first touchdown tonight. Fuller is still not down. He has the first down yardage and then some, but the ball came loose at the very end of the play, and that play was still alive, and it's picked up by Hickman County. Bulldogs recover. Red zone turnover for East Nashville. Couple of Hickman County players in on the stop. Jameson Keithley as well as Taylor Hutchinson kind of combining. Couldn't tell who made the official recovery, but they both were in the area for the stop. Good job right there, staying with the play. Hard to knock Fuller, who was trying to fight for extra yardage. I mentioned he had the first down already. Thought about maybe trying to scoot into the end zone. And a tote right up the middle and right into the waiting arms of Javon Carter. No gain on the initial rush, 1st and 10. The good news is Hickman County got a turnover, or takeaway, I should say. The bad news is they got the takeaway at around the 4 or 5 yard line. And on that 1st and 10, though, there's a face mask called at the end of the play. Don't know. It was so much congestion right there on that give up the middle. Backed up against their own end zone there. Suddenly, Hickman County with breathing room. On 1st and 10, shot right out of a cannon, up the middle. Oh, and a horse collar tackle, I should say, not a shoestring. Quite the opposite, in fact. A high shoulder level tackle, but a touchdown saving tackle. Cavante Pitts slowing down Hutchinson. If Hutchinson somehow maybe had half a step just to get out of the grasp of Pitts there, he would have been off to the races. Now the officials are going to pick up the penalty. And so, tough break there. Should have been an extra 15 yards, you'd think, for Hickman County. Quarterback keeper for the first time out of this new wing T look. 28-0 is your score with 9:28 to go here in this first half. And there's a flag that came in, and they're sorting that out. Hickman County faithful voicing their frustration at the crew here. And we've done a few East Nashville games. Penalties have really mounted against the Eagles tonight. Unfortunately, it's been Hickman County. And so that holding will bring it back to around the 30s. Downfield, that pass is hauled in. John Michael Lewis, who had a great breakup on the defensive side of the ball a moment ago, tries his hand downfield as a receiver, and he hauls it in right at the 50, picks up about 2 more yards. Not enough for the first, but pretty close. So out to the 47. Hickman County across midfield for the first time tonight with 9:08 to play. Kraft out of the gun. Not a give truly up the middle, kind of a running over to left side guard there. Blocked well. I've been impressed with Hickman County's ability. We've talked at length about the defensive line play for the Eagles. But that's a first down. Big pickup there on the pass. Set up a second and manageable, 2nd and 4, and now it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 44. Staying in the T formation here. Can make it a little tough to see who the ball carrier is. Small gain here, sets up 2nd and 9. Hope everybody's doing well on this Friday night. Wade Neely saying hello. Casey Patrick under the weather this evening. Get better as quick as you can, big fella. I miss you. Thanks to Calvin White, who filled in for yours truly last week. But glad to be back. 2nd and 9. I mentioned in our pregame, this goes over the right side tackle. DeMontez Anderson, one of your top defensive players for East Nashville, makes the stop. Minimal gain. But I meant that I'd seen Hickman County in that week 1 showdown versus Harpeth. Big win for them in Coach Smith's debut. Did not see much wing T that night. So credit to them for kind of installing and going to a new look offense here to try and get things going. 28-0 is your score, but Hickman County starting to find some rhythm offensively. After a turnover by East Nashville deep in the red zone, the Hickman County Bulldogs on the move out across midfield. 28-0, East Nashville leads. We'll be back in 60 seconds here with a timeout.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing weather report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
Out of the timeout, Hickman County snapped it quickly, and it's Kraft yet again. Andy Kraft is battling his tail off at quarterback tonight for the Bulldogs. They trail 28-0, but Kraft calling his own number, picking up a first down. Out to officially mark the 32. Hickman County, best drive offensively of the night. Sweep to street to the right. He's got daylight. Out across the sticks for the first down and tack on maybe 4 or 5 more yards. The end around was effective early in the contest. Then East Nashville seemingly kind of had figured it out. But that time they sent Street on kind of a real jet sweep look there. Not a traditional end around per se, or not really a deep end around, I should really clarify. But he picks it up. He's down to the 18. 14-yard pickup there. Good stuff. Hickman County marching, I believe, toward the south end zone here, if my geography is correct. Kraft is on a boot, and the bootleg, he did not get rid of it in time. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. We mentioned earlier, 14 sacks now on the season for East Nashville. And that one is frustrating because we've seen two different rollouts tonight from Kraft, who kind of gave up on the play a hair early, just threw it away, incomplete. That time, however, he hangs on to it a little longer. And the extra pressure from East Nashville got home and brought him down. A loss of 9. 2nd and 19. And we got whistles. And everybody's kind of glancing to see. Thought there might have been a penalty flag, but instead we got a timeout called. And we'll take a timeout as well. Hickman County, they'll have it 2nd and 19 when we come back. We're late in the second quarter. 28-0. East Nashville leads here on Main Street Preps. Game of the Week coverage presented all season long by our friends at the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Out of a timeout, folks. Biggest play offensively of the night for Hickman County. They run a sweep to the left. First one, not there. Second effort, bouncing it further out. Wanting to cut up field was Taylor Hutchison. And correction, Street on the toe, or excuse me, yeah, Hutchison. And they're still kind of sorting this out here. Hutchison stayed on. He got tackled near the sideline, and he was already in the vicinity. So he just said, you know what, I'm going to get the play call from Coach Smith. A very long and slow developing 3-yard run. 3rd and 16. East Nashville leads this game 28-0. Hickman County, 2 fake punts that failed. Turned it over going for it traditionally on 4th down on 2 different occasions and fumbled. But East Nashville fumbled. They were getting ready to go ahead 34, maybe 35-0. But Kenny Fuller fumbled at around the 4-yard line. And Hickman County's hung on to the ball ever since. This has been their most impressive drive of the night. Can they put points on the board? Officials are readjusting the game clock here. Coming up at halftime, we're going to give you guys some updates from across Main Street Media Land. We'll talk a little bit about our plans coverage-wise for next week. It is a jam-packed week of action next week. And we ain't just talking football, ladies and gentlemen. Fall sport championships are getting ready to commence. And speaking of championships, coming up at halftime, with a little luck, talk to Hickman County standout Dane Gilbert. Outstanding golfer. Hope to speak to him at half. Just wrapped up a 3rd place individual finish at the state championship up there in Sevierville. We'll catch up with him at the break as well. One score I can tell you about. If you guys know me, you know I got some ears on the ground down in, Hickman County. It's about the same distance from my house in Nashville as it is from Linville, Tennessee, my old stomping grounds down there in Giles County. But at the break, Richland is leading Summertown in a non-region game 10-3. I do have that score at the ready. As finally set the game clock here. Lengthy delay. 3rd and 16. Kraft is going to call number. And a great run, but he just ran out of real estate. The ball was on the left hash, and Kraft moved toward the left side. And that lack of real estate kind of cost him. Blocked pretty well. Decent run, but only a pickup. 4 yards. 4th and 12, and a long field goal attempt is going to be attempted here. Parker Lambert is out. "36-yarder on the way from the left side. It is a low snap, but it is picked up cleanly. And the kick is good. Parker Lambert on a 37-yarder. Low snap. Credit to the special teams unit for Hickman County, putting points on the board. Good to see the Bulldogs. That drive began with 9:08 remaining here in the second quarter. Or excuse me, we got to go back. I got to rewind my legal pad here to go back, but it was late in the drive chart there. Had to swap pages, and when we did, I briefly lost track. But again, Hickman County, they popped 50 with 9:08 to play. And then we have points on the board with 4:02 to play. 28-3 is your new score here. And good for the Bulldogs. I know they've only got 3, and I know they've given up 28. They've battled hard against, again, a 3A powerhouse that is now a 2A squad. East Nashville. Squib kick will be fielded down the 19. Here's Cortez Murphy. And Murphy had a little seam. Just mistimed his cut up the middle, however. And that allows a couple of young men to come in and make the stop. Jake Sims, one of the tacklers, along with Devin Tucker. Tucker comes out toward the sideline here. Coach Smith patting him on the back. Little love tap on the helmet there. Says, good effort, young man. Good stop for Tucker. East Nashville fumbled them out. They'll begin this one at their own 34. By far, their worst field position for a starting drive this evening. 55 to go. This offense can move quickly. Van Leer, sweep to the left. And stretched out toward the sideline. Good job by Hutchinson on that far side along with Blystad. They combine for what ends up being just a 1 yard. As we get ready for the 2nd and 9 here. Hickman County took the opening kickoff, so East Nashville, if they can score here, could really stamp this game. But all of a sudden, Hickman County flying downhill. Jackson Smith, one of the first ones in on the tackle there. And we got a 3rd and 9 after the no gain. But here is the key. We've seen a couple of back-breaking 3rd down conversions. Can the Bulldogs get their first big stop tonight? 2:45 to go till halftime. Man in motion, running right to left, and handing off to Fuller. Fuller to hurdle someone on the ground, and that little extra waiting before he timed his jump. Someone hit the deck, and I think in the form of a hold. There was a penalty that came. They're pointing at the 35-yard line. So about a yard downfield, right as he kind of turned corner there. And so 3rd and 19, they'll officially mark this. A couple of our officiating crew conversating here. Coach Patrick, as we mentioned, 97 alumnus, trying to turn the Bulldog program around. He's pointing, saying, hey, what's the situation here? To our head official. They're kind of getting sorted. Now he migrates over toward the near side official. Few words. Yeah, and it'll be a holding that is eventually declined. Fourth down upcoming. Conventional wisdom would tell you to punt this away for East Nashville, but they are not usually in the conventional business. 4th and 7, they keep the offense out on the field. Ball at their own 38. If Hickman County is possibly going to get back in this game, they'll have to do it here. 4th down. Pocket breaking down. It's a screen. Dumped toward the left side. And a very, narrow completion for the first down. Needed 7, got it. Screen play was blocked well to the left. A couple of Bulldogs were in the area. But one-on-one move on that far sideline, allowing Murphy to wiggle free. First down, we got an injured Hickman County player on that very far sideline, someone that was in on the tackle. And so it'll be a 1st and 10, but we got an injury timeout, and it's right as I was getting ready to send us out to break. Taylor Hutchinson, who has been a warrior all night. We opened our broadcast tonight by telling you guys that Hickman County has been battling injuries. A lot of teams, virtually every team's had some sort of ailment going on at any given time, but Hickman County really has been bitten by the injury points this season. But right now, Hutchinson trots off the field. Still got 2:20 to go till halftime. East Nashville giving ground. That's a wide receiver screen and blown up. Good job on that far sideline. John Michael Lewis, his second great defensive play. He broke up a pass earlier on the last defensive drive. Makes another one on this side. Sets up 2nd and 9 here. Just under 2 minutes to go. Time is kind of irrelevant here. We're talking about East Nashville with that explosive offense, but also they're already at the 50 as Fuller wrapped up. Going for a little bit of a ride there as Jameson Keithley tracked him down from behind. Fuller gets across midfield, but not much further. Out to the 48. 3rd and 4. 5-yard pickup. Minute 14 to go. Hickman County got a big stop on 3rd down a moment ago, but a 4th down conversion kept this drive alive. Can they get another 3rd down stop? Covington throwing one. There is a flag down on the far sideline. The pass is complete. And the swing into the slot yielded a 1st down. There's a flag down almost immediately, so kind of you would assume a procedure penalty of some sort. And yeah, this time illegal formation, the official call now. Obviously, after they gave up the 1st down, they will accept this. 3rd and 9, they officially mark it. Can the Bulldogs get a stop? Remember, they almost had an interception a moment ago, a fluke play that turned to a touchdown. The Bulldogs have started to rally on the defensive side of the ball, but this time it's a straight-up busted play. Covington looking to his right. He had to wiggle to his left. And not only the penalty, but we have someone slow to get up for Hickman County, Jamison Keithley. They were calling immediately for an athletic trainer to come check on Keithley, who is wobbling off the field. This is very kind of scary situation. And now he's kind of trotting at a little more promising measure there. That was a scary situation. Jamison Keithley took a shot maybe to the head, and he was noticeably woozy coming off, but looks like he's back to normal as he trotted off. Cub loading up, putting one about 60 yards in the air and right into the hands of Kenny Fuller Jr., dropping one in the bucket for the touchdown. Covington threw that ball from around the 40. It hits Fuller in the hands at around the 5, and he just cruises in for the touchdown. A monster moonball touchdown right there. And that one is a backbreaker. Remember, East Hickman had already stopped East Nashville on 3rd down, gave up a key 4th down conversion, and then had another 3rd down that Covington wiggled out of danger, used his legs to pick up the 1st, and then on 3rd and 9 just uncorks a missile right down the middle. Fuller kind of on that deep flag route, running wide open. It was blocked well. Covington with that major league arm was right on target. This is a botch snap, though. And kicker will attempt to run it in, but not much doing there. Brian Eckert. Covington is also a holder, and as athletic as he is, he had no shot to he actually got a fingertip to it somehow. Don't know that anybody else would have been able to even do such, but he got a fingertip to it to slow it down. That allowed Eckert to pick it up. He tried to run. Couldn't get it in. And so that is how the drive ends, 34-3. East Nashville took over with 4:02 to play. There's 39 ticks on the clock here. Remember, the Eagles get the ball to start the second half. And depending on what type of return, depending on what type of kickoff we get here, let's see if Hickman County does anything to try and get back in this game. .39 seconds to play. I see Keithley down on the sideline. He's still got his helmet in his hand. He's walking around. Don't know that we'll see him again tonight, but it's good to see him up and moving after a scary injury on that last drive. Here's the kickoff. It is a deep kickoff. It's fielded at around the 20. And Hickman County returned this out to around the 34. McCaleb so clock running here. Not really sure why the clock is running. And Hickman County's glancing at the scoreboard. 34-3. That is a running clock situation in the second half. but they just let that thing run, and that's how the first half comes to a close. We're going to step aside for a timeout, folks. 34-3, East Nashville scoring on all but one drive. A fumble deep in their own territory, and that fumble, though, did allow Hickman County to march downfield, put their first points of the night on the board. 34-3, though, is your halftime score. East Nashville on top. We're back with halftime coverage from Centerville. After this, Main Street Prep's Game of the Week, presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office and Delta Dental. Back after this.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
What are you doing out there?
Come on!
I saw you at the game the other night. Yeah, you. Up there getting mad, acting like we're all out there making $1 million a game. Well, let me be real with you. This isn't the pros. It's school sports, and it's a game, our game. So please, let us play.
School sports fans, remember, when you cheer for your team, make noise for the right reasons. This message presented by the NFHS and the NIAAA.
And all student athletes in Tennessee.
Step into the Lionel retail store at Opry Mills, Nashville, and you'll be captivated by all the magic of the 123-year history of Lionel trains. Whether you're already a train enthusiast or just getting started, Lionel will energize your love for trains. NASCAR fan? Come check out your local Lionel station to learn all there is to know about model trains and die-cast NASCAR collectibles. Visit nashville.lionel.com or call 615-455-9399.
Being in Tennessee, we wanted to try to keep it as local as possible, so we have an entire section of our menu that is just dedicated to local whiskeys like Uncle Nearest, Jack Daniels, of course, George Dickel, Nelson Brothers, Greenbrier whiskey, and all of our taps are all local. From 2 o'clock until midnight, we've got food every day for you guys. A good handful of appetizers, some entrees, and a couple salads and things like that. My name is Ethan Kanata. Please come down and see us at the Pick Lobby Bar here at the Omni in Nashville.
Halftime coverage here on Main Street Prep's Game of the Week. Special Friday edition. Limited slate last night across the state of Tennessee. So no Thursday night game to be had in our coverage area. So we're with you guys on a Friday night. And it's been a very pleasant night weather-wise for high school football. Always a good trip. Always a good time to come over to Centerville. But it has not been kind or a friendly night for the home team as East Nashville has scored on every drive but one, and they lead this game at halftime 34-3. I'm going to give you guys a scoring summary and more notes from the first half. But first, we'll step aside for a timeout. Once again, you're listening to halftime coverage of East Nashville at Hickman County. It's our Main Street Preps Game of the Week. We're back in just a moment here from Centerville.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
What are you doing out there?
Come on!
I saw you at the game the other night. Yeah, you. Up there getting mad, acting like we're all out there making $1 million a game. Well, let me be real with you. This isn't the pros. It's school sports, and it's a game, our game. So please, let us play.
School sports fans, remember, when you cheer for your team, make noise for the right reasons. This message presented by the NFHS and the NIAAA.
And all student athletes in Tennessee.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing weather report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
East Nashville Magnet Band rocking and rolling here. I'm telling you, folks, a couple of weeks ago when we had East Nashville and Stratford, the game was entertaining, but the Battle of the Bands was the real showstopper. And that's not taking anything away from the Eagles, who in their own right tonight have taken care of business. They lead this game on our Main Street Preps game of the week, 34-3 on the campus of Hickman County. Been a fun night to be in Centerville, even though things have not necessarily gone Hickman County's way. Got off to a rough start. Got backed up 3rd and long. Were forced to punt on their opening drive. Ran a fake punt. Pass was incomplete, and that gave East Nashville short field. Ronnie Fuller marching in to put them up 7-0. Second drive, this was a cruel situation. They go Hickman County stopped again. They run a fake punt again, this time on a up snap to Braden McCaleb. McCaleb needed about 12 yards, and he got about 11 3/4, but he was just shy of midfield and just shy of the first down. So East Nashville took over. From there, in short order, it was another touchdown as Dallas Covington fired one in the slot to Fuller. That makes it 14-0. A fumble on the near sideline, deep in their own territory by Hickman County. Their ensuing drive gave it right back to East Nashville. They go 33 yards. It was Covington calling his own number on making it 21-0. They add 2 more touchdowns in the half. But credit to Hickman County, who stuck with it in this game and trailing 28-0. East Nashville had the ball. Hickman County's defense staying with the play, kind of staying in the fight there, and taking it to East Nashville, forcing a fumble at the 5. Hickman County taking over, and they marched with their best drive of the night. They marched all the way down near the red zone and attempted a 37-yard field goal that was good. Kicked up and in. Credit to Hickman County. Parker Lambert on the kick. Made it 28-3. East Nashville got the ball back with about 2.5 minutes left. They scored 3rd and long when it was about a 60-yard throw in the air. Dallas Covington finding Fuller on a deep flag route to make it 34-3. That is your scoring summary from the first half, as again, East Nashville leads this game at Hickman County in a region showdown. The 3A Eagles dropping down to 2A this year and are looking good here at the break. But Hickman County, despite the score, has played well in spurts in this contest. And again, it's 34-3 at halftime. Coming back with more halftime coverage right after this here on Main Street Prep's Game of the Week action, presented all season long by Delta Dental and the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing weather report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
Welcome back, folks. Halftime coverage rolling right along here on Main Street Prep's Game of the Week. Again, a lot of teams were off last night, so we didn't have a chance to get a Thursday night game in. So we're bringing you guys Friday night action, and we're in Centerville. And if you know anything about Centerville, if you know anything about Hickman County, especially if you know about Hickman County golf, I don't need really much of an introduction. But we got Junior Dane Gilbert on hand here tonight. Dane, welcome in, my friend. For folks that I guess maybe don't know, I know everybody around here does, but Dane just wrapped up play at the TSSAA State Championship up at Sevierville, finishing third. Yes, and, I mean, I just got to ask you, Dane, first of all, thanks for taking some time here at halftime. You've got a bigger role than just sitting down with us here. You were over there running the clock operator for tonight, if I understand correctly, right?
Yes, sir.
And doing quite well. But, Dane, let's get into it. We know you were right there in the mix down the stretch, and we know you're probably disappointed with a third-place finish. But kind of just give us a lay of the land. How was your experience up in Sevierville this go-around, third straight appearance for you?
It's great. It's always fun. It's kind of like a vacation for me. It's fun to have my family there and my friends and family, my coaches. It's just an overall great experience, even though we did fall short. But I was just thankful to be in that moment.
I was talking with Coach just before you came on a minute ago, and being there a third straight time. What's it like kind of going back to a course where up against guys who that's their first time out, but you're kind of a regular up there. You almost have residency up there in Sevierville these days.
Yeah, it's definitely an advantage. I felt like I really knew the course I was playing, and especially with me getting older and stronger, I can hit it further. And I really just this year I felt like I had a good number on my distances, and I played to my game.
I'm glad you said that. I was just talking with Coach Dawson, and the main thing he said was your distance off the tee has been phenomenal this year. What can you attribute that to, I guess?
Maybe Coach Dawson just helped me in the off season, the swing mechanics and trying to get these old habits out. And I'm thankful to have him as my coach, and couldn't ask for a better one.
Getting some strength training going on too.
Yes,
is that part of it as well?
Definitely. Always looking to get stronger and better and improving any way I can.
So you now wrap up your junior season, and obviously right there in the mix at the end. What else did you maybe take away? I mean, you had a putt that kind of lipped out on you right there toward down the stretch, but what little tricks, what little tidbits are you going to try and pull away from this junior campaign to maybe get ready for senior year in your mind?
Definitely taking the experience of just being in that moment. It's kind of my first time being in that situation, but now I know what to expect in that situation. Maybe take one or two more deep breaths, or just rely on what I've been doing. But it was good to be in that situation. Not many people get to say that they've been there, so I'm thankful for that.
Absolutely. And so, going back for your third time, I always like to ask folks, in an individual sport like that, tell me about the crowd support. Who all was there kind of cheering you on as you made that run?
Oh, it was great. The first day, it was great to see all my friends and family come up behind one tee, and it just put a smile on my face to see how many people really support me, and I appreciate my community doing that.
Now, your fans and family, are they more calm, quiet, traditional golf fans, or are we talking like Ryder Cup, rowdy style fans? Give us that lay of the land there.
I have a couple that can be a little Ryder Cuppy, but Most of them are pretty chill, and I'm thankful to have great parents who support me along the way.
We love to hear that. You obviously will get ready now for senior season, but what else would you like to do, whether it's athletically, golf-wise, or otherwise, through the rest of your junior year?
Well, I have basketball season coming up,
Yeah.
and I'm also a tennis player.
So you're staying pretty busy.
Yes, sir.
So maybe not the first or the only state tournament we'd like to see you at here, right?
Hopefully not.
I love to hear that. And then also, what maybe junior season could be a big year as far as getting things ready for the next chapter. What maybe would be the next chapter in your mind post Hickman County High School?
I would love to play college golf anywhere. I've talked to a couple coaches, and I think I know where I'm at, and I know what I need to improve on, and we're going to do that.
I love to hear that. And so you go right into golf. You mentioned basketball. How quickly did you get back out on the hardwood and start working with your teammates?
This week.
You guys,
Monday afternoon.
You just got right back to it?
Yes, sir.
I love to hear that. Did any of those teammates, did they get a chance to make it a trip up to Sevierville?
They did not, but I got a ton of texts from them, and I'm thankful to have great teammates.
I love to hear that. I guess I got to ask you, too, do any of those guys dare to challenge you in any sort of golf competition?
They try.
and don't succeed, I'm assuming?
No, they don't.
Is it who all right, that's a great way to put it. Who maybe is the best golfer in your mind that's on the basketball team for Hickman County?
That's a tough one, but I'd either have to say probably Braden Brown.
Yeah.
Or Taylor can get there sometimes.
Sometimes?
Sometimes.
Okay, but not all the time, right?
No, not all the time.
Okay, perfect.
He has his moments.
I love to hear that. Dane, it's been fun catching up with you here at the break. We look forward to catching up with you during basketball season and also tennis season as you kind of continue through your junior career. Congrats on a fantastic year, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dane Gilbert joining us here at halftime. Standout golfer for Hickman County, also a member of their basketball squad, and looking forward to seeing him on the tennis courts this spring as well. And also doing a great job with our clock operator down there at the end. Thanks to head coach Chris Dawson for helping facilitate that. Our PA announcer. That's why I love coming to the smaller schools. You got folks doing a little bit of everything here. So congrats to Coach Dawson. Congrats to Dane. Fantastic season. And again, a third-place finish at the state tournament, coming up just shy, but right there in the mix. As Dane said, not a lot of folks can say they were right there in the mix, and undoubtedly he will have another crack at it heading into his senior season. Teams have made their way out of the tunnel. We got about 4 minutes until the second half begins. We're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back, I'll swing it around the state. Main Street Prep scoreboard update coming your way right after this.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing weather report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
And there are quite a few teams on bye this week, but quite a few teams playing as the second half continues here. But Blackman at halftime leading Smyrna 35-0. Oakland on top of 49-0. It is Riverdale 30, Siegel 0. All shutout. The Murfreesboro coverage area and all those games are at halftime. Ward County's leading Cannon County 13-6. Lincoln County and Columbia are in Abernacker, just south of us here, as Columbia leads Lincoln County 14-13, beg pardon. Sequatchie County on top of Community, 44-0. Games in the third. Lawrence County, whoa, they are rolling it up on Franklin County tonight, folks. 45-0 favoring Lawrence County. Adamsville 28, Loretto nothing. Same score, Eagle leading Huntland 28-zip. Fayetteville, Moore County 20-0. Halftime break. Second half beginning here. This is an over-the-shoulder catch at around the 1 for Fuller, who is out across the 40 on the far sideline. And he's finally brought down at around the 45. Great kickoff. Fielded. You can maybe argue you shouldn't have fielded that, but Fuller said, no, I'm trying to make a little play here, make a little chicken salad, so to speak. He got that out to around the 49-yard line, so about a 44-yard return there, where East Nashville will take over. More scores. Independence on top of Page at halftime, 14-7. Richland leading Summertown 6 games in the third. The Eagles breaking the huddle here. Pistol formation for the talented junior, Dallas Covington. Taking the snap, turn, handing off to Brandon Van Leer, and Van Leer is second level, brought down about a 6-yard. Good start by Braden McCaleb. And I spoke too soon there, as Covington is given way. That is actually Cameron Counts. Saw Counts a little bit at the end of the Stratford game a couple Thursdays ago. Looked pretty good in those late moments. He turns and hands off to Van Leer again, and Van Leer running, has first down yardage and then some. Finally pushed out of bounds by a trio of Bulldogs, including jump outs on the defensive side of the ball. And now to the 25 for Van Leer. Again, Cameron Counts. He play fakes. And that pass in and out of the intended receiver. It was a quick pass out of the hands of Counts. Froze the defense well enough. Looking for Damian Elder. First target for Elder tonight. We saw East Nashville benefit from a tipped pass earlier. They saw a pass tipped by McCaleb, nearly intercepted, and then right in the hands of Murphy for the touchdown. It was incomplete. Give to Van Leer here on 2nd and 10. And Leer picking up a couple. Picking up more than a couple, picking up 9 actually after they officially spot this. 8:40 to go. Clock going to continue to run here. Unless Hickman can slash the lead below 30. It's 34-3. Counts. Looking toward the near side slot. That pass is caught. Second time tonight, folks, almost as if we spoke it into existence. The slot man bats it high in the air, and Elder waiting for it. Luckily for Hickman County, does not haul it in for a touchdown. But the second tip pass of the night. And good point made by our Hickman County radio crew beside us here. That probably could have been pass interference, but refs let it play on, and maybe just because the pass was completed. As Jaden McMillan, a backup rusher, gets a few. About an 8-yard carry. It was first and goal from the 9. Now it's second and goal from the 1. Turn, give McMillan, touchdown. McMillan got about 6 yards deep in the end zone, just plunging right through a hole in the middle. Good score there for McMillan, and that will push it to 40-3, and also likely keep this clock rolling the entirety of the second half. We'll continue to give you some more scores of interest in a minute, but we got a PAT on the way. Bill has shown no signs of slowing down offensively, even with backup quarterback, the sophomore Cameron Counts, orchestrating that drive. They look pretty well. They're still trotting some personnel out for this traditional PAT here. And Eckert is lining up. We had a botch snap on the last PAT attempt. Everything's on the up and up here, including that PAT, which is up and good. New score. East Nashville taking the ball, marching right down the field. 41-3 is your new count. We're back after this in 1 minute. Here, Main Street Prep's Game of the Week coverage is brought to you all season long by our friends at Delta Dental of Tennessee.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Nashville on its way to a third straight victory. They started the year 0-4. Took on a gauntlet of schedule to start the year. And again, this will be one of the big storylines as we get closer to the postseason. Is East Nashville, with Alcoa no longer waiting as a formidable foe there at the 3A, how will they fare in 2A? First things first, East Nashville might have a potential semi with arguably one of the best teams in 2A, all right in their very own region. East Robertson, Wade, those teams play on Thursday, October 30th. That will be for your region championship, barring a big upset in the next week or so. As this kickoff taken by Ethan Howell. Howell had a good year on the teams. Now he takes a return here, right up the middle. Hickman County, meanwhile, big showdown brewing versus East Hickman. And again, with both teams winless in Region 2A, 4 teams go to the postseason. That is the final region game for Hickman County. So essentially, Hickman County wins that one, and they slip in as the 4 seed. East Hickman wins, and they likely, unless something drastic happens, will finish as the 4 seed as well, but could hypothetically climb a little higher. But Hickman County, with this loss tonight, will be locked into the 4 alone. 1st and 10 as Devin Tucker. Let's see where they officially spot him. Back. He lost a yard. Pushing back to the 32 here. Ball on the right side hash. And the ball is popped free and recovered by East Nashville. Right there on cue, Cavante Pitts, who had a return for a touchdown in that Stratford game we broadcast a couple of weeks ago. Johnny on the spot picking it up. It was ripped out of quarterback Andy Kraft's hands, kind of right around the line of scrimmage on a give up the middle, or quarterback keeper up the middle, I should say. And the ball popped forward and popped right into the hands of Pitts. Pitts was there to haul it in, and East Nashville's offense is back out on the field. 5:23 to go. Counts remains at quarterback. Counts stepping up in the pocket. very nimbly avoiding pressure from his left and his right. Fired an off-balance pass, and it was just beyond the outstretched fingertips on a receiver in the area. But beautiful pocket presence right there from Counts. Second and 10 after the incompletion. It's a hand up the middle. Good tackle. Right at the line of scrimmage, Ruger Toddy. We mentioned Ruger a couple of times in our pregame. One of the real ferocious players on both sides of the ball for Hickman County. Stopping McMillan there. No gain on the play. Sets up 3rd and 10. Counts. Run pass option. He elects to hand it off. And this is a solid handoff for Trayon McAdoo, the freshman, 6'1", 150. Just galloping, picking up about 14 yards there. And McAdoo, one of his few carries all season. Good effort there to pick up the first. 41-3 is your score. 3:24 remaining here in the third. That pass is tipped, and that pass is intercepted. Good job of tracking it down by Hickman County. Now racing down the far sideline. Good effort there. Taylor Hutchinson, fourth time tonight that the ball has kind of just popped loose. And a tipped ball finally, goes in favor of Hickman County. Credit to Hutchinson, staying with it. And he had to make a great grab in his own right. The ball was tipped at around the 10, and the deflection kind of kept trickling toward the end zone. Hutchinson had to lean back over his outside shoulder and haul it in. Second time tonight that East Nashville's turned it over. And a good tote right up the middle. Braden McCaleb. McCaleb taking that one. And needed 10, got about 11. Marching left to right here. Ball resting between the two hashes for Hickman County. Be nice to see the Bulldogs put on their first touchdown of the night. Hutchinson's going to run to his left, and he's got space. Picks up about 9 yards. Good effort there. Yeah, they say just shy of down. Continuing to play on here late in the third. And oh my, the fullback gift stuffed. The big hog mollies up front for East Nashville making the stop. Sets up 3rd and 1. Bulldogs trying to put their first TD on the board here. Had a nice field goal from Parker Lambert late in the first half. They stay in the wing tee. Give on the sweep to the left. And 3rd and 1. Picked up about 3. Hickman County and East Hickman should be a dandy next week. We'll be back more on our broadcast coverage plans toward the end of our broadcast. But if I were a betting man, next Friday night, As far as newspaper coverage, I will probably be on hand for this one next week. Kraft will keep it. And he loses about a yard there. That sounds the horn for the end of the third quarter. East Nashville puts points on the board to extend its lead to 41-3. But a nice interception for Hickman County, and the Bulldogs had the ball trying to score their first touchdown. We begin the fourth quarter right after this here on Main Street Prep's Game of the Week coverage.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing weather report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
Fourth quarter set to begin, but we're going to get delayed a little bit as a quick timeout. The timeout out of the timeout, rarely seen, but sometimes implemented. Wade Neely saying hello, sending our best wishes, safe and speedy recovery to our colleague and good buddy, Casey Patrick. Our producer making the magic happen, the one and only Mark Rogers. Fourth quarter finally set to begin here. 2nd and 12. Cutting to the right is Street. He's going to lose a couple as well. So back-to-back negative carries for the Bulldogs here. Still a running situation. 41-3 is your score. East Nashville has led this game virtually from the outset. Forced to stop on the opening drive. A fake punt did not go kindly. To Hickman County. And after taking over, East Nashville promptly scored. Sorry, folks, we're trying to refresh our scoreboard here. You know we love doing a little scoreboard watching. Next week is when you can really kind of start thinking about playoff scenarios. Here's a give. Kraft is going to call his own number. Andy Kraft has played well. Folks, if you've tuned in at various points of this game, the Hickman County Bulldogs have battled all night long, folks. And I know the final score not going to be quite that kind to them. But that's a good first down there for Andy Kraft, battling hard at the quarterback position. Beach on top of Gallatin in the third quarter, 27-22. Franklin is leading Brentwood. That score was from back in the second quarter, though. And one that I really want to keep my eyes on, but don't have an update in the first quarter. Fairview and Camden Central. That is a key game in Region 6 AAA. We'll see if we can get you guys an update. The ball is on the ground. It was kind of a botched handoff there. East Nashville claims they've recovered. Hickman County might be in trouble. And indeed it is recovered. There was so much congestion right there in the middle of the line. I couldn't see who knocked it loose. I couldn't even tell which team had recovered momentarily. But Hickman County has turned it over yet again here. And so Hickman County's offense denied. They might get one more crack at it. Again, the clock's going to run for the final 8.5 minutes here. McCaleb in on the tackle there for Hickman County. 41-3 is your score. Teams do a picture-perfect night. Where you at, Casey Patrick? Stole his line. We have had outstanding weather every broadcast here this season. Pass complete in the flat. Jaden Peoples making the grab for East Nashville. Peoples back completions. Kraft making a big tackle there defensively for Hickman County. Counts at quarterback. Played this entire second half. Covington did all his heavy lifting in the first. Again, 34-3 was your halftime score. Counts taking a high snap, bringing it down, pocket breaking down. Yet again, he's stepping up. He's keeping the play alive. And finally, Hickman County, finally, a little preemptive on my part. He was brought down, but only the officials were really slow to blow the whistle. That allowed a final effort from Ruger Toddy to come in for the official sack to be recorded. But man, he should have, the official should say, probably should have blown that dead a little earlier. So it's my hesitation there. 2nd and 22 after the sack. A couple of good stops here on an end around for Hickman County. We mentioned Hickman County and East Hickman next week. East Nashville will host Houston County next Friday, and then host East Robertson, as we mentioned earlier, on October 30th, which, if you are a high school football fan and you have not checked your team's schedule, please do so for that October 30th, 31st week, final week of the regular season. Games that were originally scheduled for Friday, a lot have been moved to Thursday the 30th. So if one of your teams is still anticipating playing on the 30th, you want to check your schedule, because a lot have been, even over the course of the regular season during that final week. We got an injured sideline. Kraft is down. Hutchinson's down yet again. And him down. We're going to sneak in one final break here. 5:28 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's Hickman County trailing Nashville 41-3. Back after this. Main Street Preps Game of the Week news right after this.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet, a wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing Weather Report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
Hutchinson is the injured Bulldog there. If you've been with us all night, we opened up our broadcast by telling you guys that Hickman County's been bitten by the injury bug really all season long at various points. But if that is the final effort tonight, Taylor Hutchinson has played a heck of a ball game. With 5:25 to go, clock going to continue to run here. Big slam to the turf at the end of that run. Braden McCaleb in on the stop. Seen some good efforts tonight from Hickman County. I've said it a few times, but this team trying to find its identity under first-year head coach Patrick Smith. Back at his alma mater. They got that week one win at Harpeth. Lost a couple, but then rallied for a win versus Montgomery Central. And there's a nice pitch and catch downfield as Counts delivers a BB downfield to Damian Elder. And Elder's grab yields close to first down yardage, but then his run after the catch certainly enough for the first down. Counts impressing here, again, playing the entirety of the second half. East Nashville, you kind of anticipated. They had such a difficult first 4 weeks. As here's a give up the middle, Ruger Toddy in on the stop. East Nashville played at Collierville, hosted Antioch, went to Beach, and then hosted Springfield. All 4 of those games were 2 scores or less. Lost to Collierville 28-14, lost to Antioch by 5, and Antioch is lighting it up for those that have been keeping tabs. Adams, the quarterback, just going supernova as he vies for a Mr. Football trophy this year. Counts throws this one away on second and in. They lose that game on Thursday night that we did to Beach, 22-19. Lost by 1 in a heartbreaker to Springfield that went to overtime, if I recall correctly. And then picked up a win 34-0 versus East Hickman. Took care of Stratford back on October the 2nd, 42-16. And right now we sit here 41-3, 2:54 to go, all that's left in this contest. East Nashville. I've made that slip a couple times tonight. I apologize. Counts, going to call his own number. Wiggle out of danger, and he is pushed out of bounds right at the sticks. This will depend on the spot, but they say he's got enough for the first down. East Nashville next Friday night, hosting Houston County. And then on October 30th, hosting East Robertson in what most likely will be your region championship game. And East Nashville very well, after starting 0-4, could be 5-4 going into that game. Hickman County, told you guys they got the big showdown next week for all the marbles. Next Friday night versus East Hickman. And if my math checks out correctly, if Hickman County can knock off East Hickman right here in Centerville, they will be headed to the playoffs. They close Thursday night, October 30th, at Battle Creek. But the season will come down to that one next Friday night. After a long day, we resume play and counts on 4th and 6. Dumps it in the flat, and it's incomplete. Hickman County will take over. Other scores across the state of Tennessee. I'd be remiss if I didn't sneak in a little Giles County. Again, back in my old stompouts. Giles County, talk about a wild non-region game going up to Jackson Northside tonight. My good friend Brett Bolt, who's the head men's soccer coach at UT Southern, he's a proud Northside alum. I have to rub that in a little bit. Have a stoppage, but a stoppage in play does not mean a stoppage in the clock, and that is going to send us to triple zeros, folks. And that is how this one will come to an end. Hickman County got on the scoreboard, but, man, they were up against it tonight. East Nashville has really shaken off that 0-4, and the Eagles took care of business, scoring points at will in the first half, leading it 28-0. Hickman County with a field goal, making it 28-3. 34-3 was your halftime score, and a final tonight, 41-3. Dallas Covington, impressive yet again, the junior for East Nashville. But a tip of the cap to the Hickman County Bulldogs. Even in a losing effort tonight, this is my second time seeing Hickman County in person this season. And even though the score is 41-3 tonight, I could almost make the argument that they look a little better than they did in their week 1 win at Harpeth. Just taking on the level of competition tonight of a program like East Nashville, again, who's been a 3A powerhouse, but now playing 2A football. So credit to East Nashville. Credit to Hickman County. Credit to all of our Main Street media folks for tuning in. Been a fun night here. Thursday night football yet again. And before we get out of here, want to remind you guys that if you missed anything from across the state of Tennessee in terms of high school football this week, check us out. We got you covered at mainstreetprep.com. Hoping for a safe and speedy recovery for our good friend and colleague, Casey Patrick. We're thinking about you. We're pulling for you, brother, and we hope you get back in the booth with us just as soon as you can. Looking forward to those times when we can call one yet again down the road. But Wade Neely saying so long tonight. 41-3 is your final. Hickman County Hickman County falls here at home to East Nashville. And again, mainstreetpreps.com is your destination for all things high school football as we come to a close. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week. We'll have an announcement on all of our social media for our game of the week. But until then, Wade Neely saying so long and good night from Hickman County in Centerville, Tennessee, where the host Bulldogs fall to East Nashville 41-3.